Hello everyone and welcome to the second part of our discussion of nomenclature of hydrocarbons. So in our first part ay napag-usapan na natin yung mga rules in naming your organic compound. So please try to remember those rules, okay? So for the second part, I will start with this slide showing you the name of other substituents. So the common substituents in chemistry, organic chemistry. So yung nakikita nyo dito sa left na table, so these are all halogens. So na-encounter na natin ito dun sa discussion natin sa introduction to aryl halides and alkyl halides. So sabi ko nga sa inyo, kapag nakakita kayo ng fluorine, it becomes fluoro, chlorine becomes chloro, and bromine becomes bromo, and iodine becomes iodo. So we also have other names ng mga substituents na common in organic chem, like NO2, that's called nitro. If you have NH2, this is amino, and the OH is called a hydroxy. So itong mga to ay kaya ko siya ini-introduce ngayon ay magagamit kasi din natin ito sa mga susunod na naming natin. Okay? So you will encounter these names of your of your substituents. So let's start now with the cyclic version of your alkanes. So we call them your cycloalkanes. So paano lang ba nagpapangalan ng cycloalkanes? So there's a prefix pa na cyclo. So cyclo means ring or nakabilog siya. So the prefix here, just count the number of carbons, and the ane is telling you that this is an alkane. So lahat ay single carbon-carbon single bonds lang. So madali lang naman siya. So you just add cyclo before the word of the parent hydrocarbon. So you add cyclopropane for 3, cyclobutane for 4, and so on. So cycloalkanes are again saturated cyclic hydrocarbon. So it is saturated because it is composed only of carbon-carbon single bonds. It is cyclic because it is in a ring o nakabilog siya. And we mean hydrocarbons meaning you will find only hydrogens and carbons in the structure. So, how do we name your cycloalkanes? So, same set of rules apply just like in the alkanes. But there are instances kasi, may mga rules pa kasi din for specific naman siya for the cycloalkanes. Like this one. According to rule number 1, no number is needed for a single substituent on a ring. So, why? Kasi isa lang naman siya, wala namang ano. And, let's look into this example. So this one is called a methyl cyclopentane. So bakit siya naging methyl? Kasi ito, this is the substituent. And this one, this 5-membered ring natin, we call that your cyclopentane. So no need to add number before the name of the substituent. Okay, so no need. So ito naman, naging 6 naman yung kanyang carbon. So we call that a cyclohexane. Diba? We add cyclo before the name of the parent, meaning it's pabilog siya. And we have a substituent called ethyl. So this one is an ethyl group. Okay? So what about if there's 2? May dalawa na tayong substituent. So this time, ito naman yung ina-apply nyo na alphabetical order. So you list the substituents in alphabetical order. And kung sino yung nauna sa alphabetization, siya yung ma-assign ng number 1. So assign number 1 to the first to be alphabetized. Okay? So for example, this is called 1-methyl-2-propyl cyclopentane. So let's dissect the structure. So this part is your parent. So this is how many carbons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have a pentane. But since it is pabilog, we have cyclo. Now, we have 2 substituents here. This one is just 1 carbon. So we call that your methyl. And the other one is met, et, prop. So this is called a propyl. Okay, now, which one will come first? Your methyl or your propyl? So, based on alphabetization, so number 1, C, methyl. That's why here, it is written 1-methyl. Then, paano natin i-assign pala si propyl? So, yung kay propyl medyo challenging siya kasi kailangan natin ng tamang direction para mabigyan natin ng ma-assign natin ng number yung si propyl. So, may dalawa kasing possible na direction. It's either you go clockwise or you do counterclockwise. Na ang rule ay dapat yung second na ito, si propyl, ay mas mabigyan pa rin natin siya ng mas mababang number pa rin. So, let's say, you gusto mong gawing clockwise. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What about if we do it counterclockwise? So, if you do it counterclockwise, you always start with the 1 do sa methyl. This one is 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, that means may dalawa tayong possible values, 2 versus 5. 2 kapag counterclockwise, 5 pag clockwise. So, again, what's the rule? Let's assign a lower number for the second substituent. So, this one is 2-propyl. So, the name is 1-methyl 2-propyl cyclopentane. Okay? So, ito, same lang siya, same explanation just like in this structure to the left. Okay? Rule number 3. If there are more than 2 substituents, so anong meron? Of course, ano kayong criteria? Like this one ay 2 or more substituents siya, 3 beses lang siyang nauulit, pero pare-parehas lang siya. So this time, you will use your prefixes. So for 3, this is tri. What's the name of the substituent? You have just 1 carbon, so we call this your methyl. So, the methyl groups ay nasaan ngayon? Okay, this is the biggest question. So, sabi nga natin, dahil pwede tayo maglagay ng 1 doon sa, kasi isa lang naman pala yung natin, essentially, isang substituent lang siya, pero 3 beses siyang nauulit. So, ngayon, saan tayo mag-a-assign ng number 1? Dito ba? O doon sa katabi niyang isa? So, ang best way daw is to start 1 doon sa mas madami ang substituent. So, this one is the number 1 here. That's the rule. That's what I know. Okay? Yung rule ay dapat mag-start tayo ng 1 doon sa kung sino yung mas madami ang naka-attach doon sa inyong parent. So, now the question is, what will be the direction? So, parang obviously naman, 'di ba, na ito gawin natin siyang counterclockwise. So ito na lang yung magiging number 2. So this is number 2 at may methyl group pa rin siyan. So kaya ang pangalan niya is 112. So bakit siya 112? Kasi may dalawang methyl group sa carbon number 1 and the other one is in carbon number 2. Why is it trimethyl? Kasi nga, 3 methyl groups yung nakita nating substituent. Why is it a cyclopentane? So, you just count how many ang hint dito class, pag nagbibilang kayo ng carbons, bilangin nyo kung ilan yung intersection o yung kanto. So, meron kang 5. So, this one is a cyclopentane. Okay? So, balikan lang natin. Rule number 1, no need for a single substituent on the ring. Number 2, kapag may dalawa ka ng substituents or more, alphabetical order. And then rule number 3, if there are more than 2 substituents na essentially ay parehas lang naman, you use your prefixes. So what if naman kung madami na ngayon substituents tapos paano natin siya i-assign? So yun ang goal ninyo dito sa susunod na hindi pa pala. So, nag-iiwan din kasi ako ng mga sample problems at the end of each particular organic compound. So, ito ay lang to class. Itong slide naman na ito ay for common names naman siya and common name and systematic name for your alkyl halides. So, alkyl halides na tayo. So, ito yung possible na may alkane, alkene, and alkyne na may nakalagay na halogens. So, kaya ako diniscuss yung mga iba't ibang pangalan ng substituents natin na halogen. So, fluoro, chloro, bromo, and iodo. So, how do we name your alkyl halides? So, you just add or you just put the corresponding halo here. You just add the prefix kung ilan yung number of carbons ng parent, and you end it with "ane", meaning this is an alkane, alkanian, with a single carbon-carbon bond. Okay? So, ito. Yung example natin dito, this one is your condensed structure. Condensed structure. This one is your skeletal. Essentially, these are just equal. So, how do we name this part? So, according nga dun sa convention, halo prefix plus ane. So, ano ba yung ating substituent? We have a chlorine, so that becomes a chloro. Now, asa ng parent natin? So, the parent is here. Just count out the number of carbons. So, 1, 2. So, met-et. So, that's why it's called ethane. So, just add or assemble the word. So, you will come up with the word or the name chloroethane. So, why is it meron dito sa ilalim na ethyl chloride? This ethyl chloride is your common. So, hindi na natin yung i-discuss. More on the systematic name tayo or the IUPAC. This one, on the second example natin is CH3Br. So, wala akong nailagay na skeletal structure. So, pwede natin siyang i-drawing na ganyan, tas Br. So, meaning ito, may carbon dyan, tas yan ay napapalibutan ng tatlong hydrogens. So, what's the name of the substituent? That's the Br. So, you call it from bromine, it will become bromo. Now, what is the name of the parent? So, the name of the parent is, ito, one carbon lang siya, so that's met. So, that's why it's called methane. Bromomethane. Okay? So, yan. So, ito na naman yung mga rules natin. So, according to this slide, begin at the end near the substituent having its first name in the alphabet. So, laging alphabetization kapag madami yung inyong mga substituent. So, let's look into this example. Wait lang. Yeah, any substituent ito. Mapa-halogen man siya or alkyl. So, ito, dito tayo nag-start sa left ng ating organic compound kasi itong CH3, mas mauna natin siya ma-encounter if we do it from left to right. Nasaan siya? Sa carbon number 2. Kapag dito kasi tayo sa may right, itong Br, ma-encounter natin siya saan? 1, 2, 3. So, dapat ay mas mabigyan natin ng yung kung nasaan yung pinakaunang substituent na ma-encounter or masasalubong ninyo, doon kayo mag-start ng numbering. So, that's why the numbering here is 1, 2, 7, left to right. So, since this is 7, so you have a hept. And since we have single bonds lang, that's called heptane. Now, nasaan ang inyong mga substituent? Or ano muna yung mga substituents nyo? So, you have actually tatlong substituent. Dalawa doon ay magkamukha or magkaparehas. So, we call this, again, your methyl. Your Br is your bromo. And then, this one is another methyl. So, since dalawa yung methyl groups nyo, pag-merge nyo sila, so you will use the word dimethyl. Okay? So, the dimethyl. Ngayon, na-establish na natin yung ano yung mga substituents na meron tayo. Ang tanong ay which one will come first, the bromo or the dimethyl or the methyl. So, 'di ba sabi natin sa rule ay we don't consider the prefix na di, tri, and so on in the alphabetization. So, it's just methyl versus your bromo. And obviously, the bromo will come first sa pagsulat. That's why it's written here. Ngayon, susunod na yung magiging dimethyl. The question now is, where is your two methyl groups? So, ito ay nasa carbon number 2 and sa carbon number 4. That's why here, you have a number 2, 4 dimethyl. So, you again separate the numbers by a comma. Okay? Where is the bromo? So, the bromo is in carbon number 5. So, that's why the name is 5-bromo 2,4-dimethyl heptane. Okay? So, I won't discuss this any further. So, you just elucidate why is it named as such na 2-bromo 4,5-dimethyl heptane. Okay. So, let's give another example pa para mas masanay kayo sa pag-name ng mga organic compounds. So, according to this rule, find the longest chain, name it as a parent chain. So, that's obvious na ginagawa siyang ginagawa. Tingnan din kung may double bond or triple bond. So, kapag may triple bond or double bond, ang maiiba dyan, yung double bond na suffix ay magiging in at si triple bond naman ay magiging ine. Okay? Now, ito na naman yung ruling natin last slide na number from the end nearest any substituent, mapa alkyl yan or halogen. So, let's assume that you don't, di nyo nakikita yung, yung answer, the name. So, isang way to write the number or the direction is yung right to left. Or we can do it also from left to right. So this one will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 carbons. So that's hexane. Now you have two substituents. One is a CH3. This is your methyl. And the other one is your bromo. Ngayon, sino mauna? Si bromo muna. Followed by the methyl. Ngayon, tingnan nyo yung numbering natin. So, yung numbering natin, if we go from left to right, it's in carbon number 2, and the other one is carbon number 5. If we do it right to left, so your methyl group is in the carbon number 5, and then the BR is in the carbon number 2. So, 5 versus 2, so you decide yung lowest. Okay? So, una natin si bromo. So, dapat siya yung mabigyan natin ng mas bababang number, which is number 2. Okay? So, ang tamang direction talaga is right to left. So, si bromo ay nasa carbon number 2, si methyl ay nasaan? Carbon number 5. That's why the name is 2-bromo 5-methyl hexane. Hexane siya kasi 6 yung carbons ng inyong parent. Okay? So, balikan lang natin yung mga rules sa alkyl halides naman. So, we follow the naming convention, halo, prefix, plus ane. Okay? So, lagi bilangin, hanapin ang parent chain, bigyan ng pangalan. Yung suffix, tingnan kung siya ba ay alkane, alkene, or alkyne. And, ano pa ba? So, rule natin ay magsimula sa end kung saan mas malapit yung substituent. Okay? And meron tayo nung tinatawag na alphabetization. So, alphabetization of the substituent. So, excluding those yung mga may di, diethyl. So, you remove the di, you just consider the okay? The ethyl name for the alphabetization. So, here, can try this on your own. So please, I really encourage everyone to take this seriously na mag-practice ng mga organic compounds natin. So you have two options. Either you pause the video and then take a screenshot of this, or refer to the handout, actually the PDF version of my PowerPoint. Okay? Okay, now let's go to unsaturated hydrocarbons. So this time, I we'll talk about alkenes and alkynes. So same set of rules pa rin. We always find the parent chain, and we also give a name to that parent chain. But there's a particular condition na dapat ma-met kapag alkene or alkynes na yung pinag-uusapan natin. So this is the correct way. Yung ating hydrocarbon ay it should contain the double bond. So dapat ay kasama yung double bond dun sa parent natin. Okay? So hanapin niyo na yung parent, hanapin niyo yung pinakamahabang tuloy-tuloy, papangalanan nyo, tapos kapag alkenes and alkynes, dapat ay may mapasama sa carbon chain yung inyong double bond or triple bond. So on your right, this is the wrong version kasi tinawag niya siyang hexene. Pero yung double bond ay hindi niya na consider. So this one is wrong. Okay? Second bullet, number the carbons in chain so that the double or triple bond carbons have lowest possible number. So paano kaya to? Parang alalahanin niyo yung rule ng sa substituent. Magsimula kayo dun sa end kung saan mas makikita ninyo itong mga double bonds or triple bonds. So let's give an example. This one, ito ay ninumber na from right to left. Kasi bakit? Yung double bond is between 2 and 3. If we do it left to right, this will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it seems that the double bonds are between 2, 3, and 4, 5. So paano natin siya didecidean? Dapat ay mabigyan natin ng mas bababang number. And sa pagpapangala ng alkenes ninyo, doon sa dalawang numbers na lumabas, or whatever, ay dapat mababa ang number niya. Okay? So for alkynes, ganun lang din ang scenario, katulad lang dun sa alkenes rather, na hinahanap pa rin natin yung sinasama natin yung triple bond. So name the parent hydrocarbon and to do that, you should number the carbons in chain so that the double or triple bonds carbon have lowest possible number. So ito, very straightforward naman yung mga PowerPoint ko na nag-start siya from right to left. So kasi kapag nag-start tayo sa kabila, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So nasa carbons 5 and 6. So we go dun sa mas mababa. Yung sinasabi ko class pala, na di ba dalawa yung numbers ng inyong double bond kasi nga nasa pagitan siya ng dalawang carbons. So ang gagamitin natin ay kung sino yung mas mababang number. So it's either 3 versus 2 or rather 4 versus 3 or 5 versus 6. So you go dun sa mas mababang number na 3, 4. So saan? Anong gagamitin natin? You just use the lower number dun sa location niya. So that's 3. Okay? What's the name of the hydrocarbon with 8 carbons? So we call that your octane. And since this one is a alkyne, so we will deduct how many okay. So yun nga, 3 na siya dito. So yung tamang pag-a-assign ng number ay nakadepende nga doon sa double bond. So dapat ay mas mabigyan nyo na mas mababang number yung double bond. Okay? So the name of this compound is 6-methyl-3-octane. Okay, why is it mayroong ganitong new convention? So essentially they are just the same. The difference is yung number is inside the parenthesis. Meaning ito kasi kapag nasa unahan yung number 3, iisipin mo na baka yung octane na yan ay may something pang nakaka-connect in carbon number 3. Eh hindi naman. So para mas malinaw, yung number 3 yung locant nung locant ng inyong double bond ay nilalagay na lang sa loob. Sa mismong pangalan ng inyong parent. Okay? So let's now apply those rules in certain examples like this one. So the longest continuous chain containing the functional group should be considered. So sa structure na to, ang ginamit dito ay you start from the end na ma-encounter ninyo yung double bond or triple bond first. So that's why the double bond is between 1 and 2, pero doon sa name niya is 1 na lang siya. So why is it called butene? So this is met et prop but, so that's but, and you change the suffix to in. Okay? So ganun lang din yung explanation nitong dalawang to. So tingnan nyo kung paano na nag-arrive with those kinds of answers. Okay? So more examples lang ulit ito, paulit lang to. Cite the substituents in alphabetical order if needed. If you have your substituents occurring more than twice, so you use your mga prefixes natin. And of course, don't forget to attach or to add the location, the carbon atom, kung siya by C, carbon 1, carbon 2, whatever. Okay? So, pang ilang rule na to, name with the lowest functional group numbers and then the lowest substituent numbers. Okay, ito kasi, ang condition naman kasi nito ay, ito, like, so, i-check natin kung bakit naging 2,5-dimethyl 4-octene siya. So, yung double bond siya yung mag-dictate ng direction. So, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, you have 8. That's called octene with the double bond. Now, where is the double bond located? It's between 4 and 5. So, it will become 4-octene. Now, meron tayong pero bago yun, tingnan nga natin kung pwede rin ba yung right to left. So, this will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ito. So, ibig sabihin nito, yung ating nagkaroon ng parehas 4, 5, and 5, 4. Ngayon, paano yan? So, kung natatandaan nyo pa yung rule natin na yung substituent, kung sino yung una natin ma-encounter, yun yung tamang direction. So, itong CH3, ma-encounter natin siya as 1, 2, so carbon number 2, 3, 4, 5. So, sa carbon number 5, meron kang methyl. That's why here, it became 2,5-dimethyl 4-octene. Okay? So, nagkaparehas yung number nila sa assignment ng double bond. So, sino ang yung i-assign natin ng mababang number. So, assign nyo yung mababang number or i-assign nyo yung tamang direction based on the first substituent na ma-encounter nyo if you go from left or right. Okay? So, I won't discuss this further. Kayo na ang mag-elucidate o determine bakit naging ganyan yung pangalan niya. How about if you have a cyclic alkene or cycloalkane? So, ang nangyayari naman dito ay yung inyong double bond ay laging i-assign sa carbon 1 and 2. So, assign the double bond between 1 and 2. So, you always assign 1 and 2 numbering dun sa inyong double bond. So, ito kaya siya naging 1, 2, 3, 4. This is clockwise. Pero kung counterclockwise yan, it will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, nasaan yung inyong substituents? Kapag ikaw ay nag-counterclockwise, that's 5. Pero if you do the clockwise direction, this one, that substituent is given a smaller or lower number. So, what's the name of this? Ano pala? We call this your ethyl. So, ethyl yan. So, yung ethyl na group na yan ay naka-attach siya sa carbon number 3. So, that's why the name is ethyl cyclopentene. Okay? So, itong mga to, kayo na lang ang uh, mag mag-determine kung bakit naging ganyan yung pangalan nila. Okay? So, this one. So, please take a screenshot or refer to the handout that I have given you. So, try this on your own. These are your alkenes. And this is your alkynes.